story. You can never tell.
John, Paul, George, Ringo and Billy ascend the final steps of Apple's 3 Savile Row to emerge on the rooftop around 12:30 p.m. on the 30th of January 1969. But whose decision was it to play on the roof? Paul's initial concept was to play live, with location suggestions ranging from Twickenham Film Studios, an orphanage, an airport, the Cavern, the Roundhouse, Liverpool Metropolitan Cathedral, Primrose Hill, an amphitheatre in Tunisia, the Houses of Parliament, and the yet-to-be-commissioned QE2 ocean liner. Whose suggestion it was first to play on the roof is somewhat harder to pin down. As early as 8th of January at Twickenham, John talked about the joy of playing on a roof in India.
I just fancy have a good feeling about singing in the sun, you know. Yeah, it'd be like on the roof at India.
It was Michael Lindsay Hogg who said he floated the idea of playing on the roof one Sunday lunchtime in the Apple canteen. After lunch, Paul, Ringo, Michael Lindsay Hogg, Mal Evans, Glyn Johns and others can be seen clambering onto the roof doing a basic feasibility study. Michael Lindsay Hogg is unceremoniously dragged up to the top parapet by Paul and Mal.
You get the weak people, the mothers. Yeah, great. The only thing is we've got to get some permission, Paul.
Yes.
So the cops don't come and throw us off, so.
What happens if they go on top of the other roof?
Is there somebody else's roof? Then we can get had not only for disturbing the peace and the noise, also for trespassing. Now, good. So, but just roughly time-wise, so I can look into here.
Yeah. So, okay, look, if we say, like on Friday or something, yeah.
Right.
Trying to save paper, sleeps in a hole in the road, saving up to buy some clothes.
However, Mal had different recollections, stating that the idea had come after they'd taken a breath of fresh air on the roof following the same lunch. In Glyn Johns' autobiography Soundman, he mentions that Ringo told him about the stunning views of the West End of London and invited him up on the roof, at which stage Glyn suggested playing there.
The thing is that an open-air sound is fantastic. I've always wanted to do something in the open air.
It'd be nice to try and find some way to do it out of doors.
Peter Jackson's Get Back depicts Paul being told the idea and beaming back in satisfaction, although sadly there is no audio available. Billy Preston has yet another account claiming that John came up with the idea first. According to the late Tony Bramwell's autobiography Magical Mystery Tours, the idea came from Paul.
An outdoor scene has to be in England because...
I don't think it's practical to do it in England, it's too bloody...
Right.
Moreover, Paul had jammed with Marty Balin and Jack Cassidy of Jefferson Airplane at their Oak Street apartment in San Francisco back in April 1967. Subconsciously, Paul may have recalled the rooftop concert which Jefferson Airplane played in New York only 2 months earlier. Their playing got prematurely stopped when the police came in.
Everybody else go off the roof. Let them off. Let them off. Get her out.
I don't mind. It sounds nice. Believe me, it's a good change. But the city can't stand it.
Whilst it may be impossible to definitively work out whose idea it was initially, we must give credit to Michael Lindsay Hogg. At that stage in the Beatles' career, it was a hard enough task getting all 4 of them to agree on the same thing, let alone to actually execute something. Michael Lindsay Hogg doggedly cajoles them at every opportunity to perform live, tirelessly moving the conversation along at every step of the way.
If you'll say yes, And if we get it together, then will you go?
You just mull it over tonight. It's just leave it in the air and
But I
just
feel,
think about
as
it.
the trade says, the vibes are very good at the moment about it.
Yeah, but I mean, we can all say yes now, somebody can decide no tomorrow. It's not going to make any odds.
Michael Lindsay Hogg recalls the group flip-flopping until the very last minute, until John broke the silence with a rousing "let's do it." At the end of the day, all four Beatles had to agree to play on the roof, and it was the most pragmatic solution. Ringo was committed to start filming The Magic Christian, and the roof meant there was no need to lose time hiring an alternative location, be confronted with a bunch of screaming fans, and they could also run cables down to the basement to achieve a professional recording. Whoever's initial idea was to play on the roof, thank God they did, as the result was this most precious of performances. Then, 42 minutes after it began, the Beatles' final live performance was sadly all over as they disappeared back into their Apple refuge.
The three, first, second, and third.